Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a new album from Lady Gaga called Mayhem. And I was kind of hyped for this a little bit because there's an account I follow that was like, come on, Lady Gaga, you can be rock, you can join rock. And there's actually a couple of rock songs on here, so it's pretty sick. So with the first song, and this one's actually the first rock song of the album, Disease, has a bunch of like synths and digital 80s like crunchy drums, and it has that guitar kind of like sound. Pretty sure it's guitar. If it's not, it's like a gnarly like synth noise, but it that happens in the chorus, and the chorus is definitely the strongest part of this song, and it's a pretty good start. But after I listened to the album, I'd say Disease is my least favorite song of the album, but that doesn't mean it's a bad song. It's just the rest of the songs, in my opinion, except for, I think, Blade of Grass. I didn't like Blade of Grass either, or The Beast. So those three are not my favorite. But yeah, I'd say Disease is the better of those three, but still, Disease didn't really shock me at all. The next, but for the rest of the album, though, it goes pretty well. Like Abracadabra is it's like 90s pop and Eurobeat kind of, if you guys know what Eurobeat is, and it has drum and bass and rhythm, and the rhythm section's on point. And Lady Gaga does that like classic, like ooh la la, kind of vocal delivery on Abracadabra and several of these other songs. So it's definitely, this album's definitely Lady Gaga going back to her roots. And I was looking up a little bit of the albums that Lady Gaga's released as of late, and it seems like she went kind of on like a jazz kind of side quest with Tony something, but he's basically like a jazz legend. And she did a couple albums with him, and then she did the whole Joker Folie à Deux thing. But in between that, in 2020, before Folie à Deux and the Joker stuff, which is just classical jazz, it really did not sound good with Lady Gaga. Um, 2020, she came out with a pop album after a long time, and I think that really rejuvenated her. And then she did that Joker thing, which, in my opinion, is not the best, but her artistic side seemed to be rejuvenated from doing that pop album in 2020. And this album goes right back to that with her pop sensibilities, and she's sticking to her strengths, basically. Like the rest of these songs, I'll just go ahead and say are all bangers except for The Beast and Blade of Grass. Yeah, I would say that. So the next song, Garden of Eden, keeps that pop kind of sensibility, but it's more like 2000s pop, and has that quintessential Gaga chorus that I was talking about. And there's very high singing notes in the chorus. So Garden of Eden is a banger, certified banger. Perfect Celebrity has an industrial sound and alternative tinge and kind of note scales. And this is the other rock song besides, I think Garden of Eden has a little bit of rock in it, but Perfect Celebrity, straight up, basically almost completely a rock song with some pop stuff going on. Vanish Into You has a piano start, and this is basically like an 80s reverby guitar and synth song. And yeah, all home runs so far with Vanish Into You. I'd say Disease is pretty good. For some reason, it didn't hit for me, and I re-listened to it just to see how I would feel about it. And I don't know why I don't like Disease, but I don't like it. But Abracadabra, good. Garden of Eden, good. Perfect Celebrity, Vanish Into You, good. And Killa, featuring Gesephalestein, is basically like a really funky song, and the bass guitar and the drums are just killing it. Vocal layer harmonies sound really cool on this one, and it speeds up towards the end with like fast bass guitar noodling and drums, and it adds a good oomph to the song. And she's screaming in the background as well as the bass drum is going, like dun, 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 and the drums are going. So that makes Killa very much a hype song too. Zombie Boy is a 70s disco and dance kind of song, and there's a guitar solo in the song too, and she's got the kind of cheerleader background singing that you hear Lady Gaga do a lot in her classic 2000s albums. And the instruments are just on another level for this song, because otherwise I wouldn't like this song, because it's kind of just like a kind of like a, not really a love song, but the opposite of love song, like a hookup song. But the instruments are just like nailing it. And also, she even Lady Gaga can make lyrics that I may not be my favorite sound great, because it's Lady Gaga, of course. So Zombie Boy gets the okay. Next song, Love Drug, has a guitar and synth beat, and it's kind of a mid-tempo song, and it's an 80s love ballad banger. And it's basically don't fix what ain't broke. That's what I'm getting from this album so far. And there's some vocals, pretty nice vocals at the end, and another guitar E section. So it's definitely keeping me interested with the variety of stuff going on. How Bad Do You Want Me has synth and vocals, and this song, I'm telling you, like, this easily could have been a Taylor Swift song. It, for a second there, I kind of thought, like, I'm gonna have to look at the credits for the song, because like it sounds, it's structured like a Taylor Swift song. Her delivery in the verses is like Taylor Swift, I believe. Yeah, and there's a, yeah, the chorus is the Taylor Swift part, and the verses she has her lower kind of alto voice, and the last chorus has a cool like deep singing alto voice. So yeah, even if it's kind of really close to being a Taylor Swift song, I think How Bad Do You Want Me still passes the vibe. So it's all good. Don't Call Tonight is back to like kind of that funky kind of music, and funky guitars and bass in the chorus. And then there's a cool Daft Punk voice part that really tied it all together. And the vocals are really great in the last chorus. So Don't Call Tonight is good as well. Shadow of a Man is cool, has a cool echoey part at the beginning, and the bass guitar just crushes it. And there's kind of, this is kind of a quicker paced song, and it's a 90s pop sound with that drum cymbal kind of beat that you would hear like on the Pump Up the Jam song, I think, like pump up the jam, drum pumping up the jam. But it's the, that kind of drum rhythm. You put that drum rhythm along with synths, and I immediately think Eurobeat and 90s pop. So uh, yeah, instantly sounds great when you do those two things for some reason. And I would say Shadow of a Man is the best song since Perfect Celebrity. And there's actually a little guitar part in this song as well, so that's like icing on the cake. So I'd easily say Shadow of a Man and can go toe to toe with Perfect Celebrity as the best songs on the album so far. And The Beast and Blade of Grass are kind of both two slower songs, with The Beast having more kind of 808s and bass synths and deeper bass going on. Whereas The Blade of Grass is kind of light and piano and acoustic guitar. So I didn't really like those two. But the last song just immediately like wipes that away, because I've been hearing this song before this album came out, and I had no idea this was going to be a part of the album. Like, but heard the song before at my job actually, and to hear it and know it's part of this album. Like this song is just like an instant classic, like not being hyperbolic here. Uh Bruno Mars has that like smooth singing going on and a light electric guitar and bass and kind of light strumming basically, and this classic Bruno voice, like unorthodox jukebox, and it's just a beautiful song. Slow but great love song with the lyrics and vocal performances are just like next level. Like this is going to be probably one of the top pop songs of this decade, like for sure. Easily. I can go ahead and say that right now. And uh yeah, it's pop rock, jazz, kind of more on the pop rock side, but kind of definitely smooth, soft rock for sure. Nothing edgy about it, and that's totally fine because it's the knockout. It is the RKO that you need at the end of the album for that strong finish, and that is why my review for this is gonna be a 9 out of 10 or a 9.5. I'm going to see if I have that ranking available for my Mario stars, but 9.5. I'll just go ahead and say 9.5 out of 10. I took that 0.5 away because I don't like The Beast or Blade of Grass, and Disease is just passable. But the rest of the album, and then you got that closer with Bruno, and also I don't know what the feature did for Gecephalostine, but that song is also really good. So whatever the feature um, did it well. So yeah, so 9.5 out of 10 for Lady Gaga Mayhem. Let me know what you guys think of this album in the comments, and I will see you guys later.